Talkback callers always have such nice things to say about us until they don't. Scott Schaefer examines some of the more unusual calls about our news team in this week's Talkback Feedback.
Welcome to Talkback Feedback, where we are so very fortunate to have callers like you.
And I'd like to give a shout out to Kurt and all his neat ties, and to Lisa and Scott with your coordinating colors.
Well, thank you, Williamsport. Well, that's 3/4 of our 6 o'clock news team right there. The only one who's missing is...
I'm calling about on last night's 6 o'clock news. The sports vault went back in time to 1998 at the Lakeland Golf Club. I thought it was MC Hammer walking near the green. However, after looking closer, it was Jim Coles in his finest parachute pants.
Oh, now that's a good call, Drums. Anytime we can invoke the name of MC Hammer here on Talkback Feedback, well, you can't touch that. Unfortunately, some other callers on Coles, they're a little darker.
Watching the sportscast, and I expected to see Jimmy Coles, but lo and behold, who's hosting it but Dracula, Count Dracula. What a surprise guest. Oh my God, I missed Jim Coles tonight, but Dracula was awesome too, with that silky red suit.
Dracula, caller from Scranton, Dracula. Now, granted, we've seen Coles in some interesting spots. I mean, right here on Talkback Feedback, we've seen him strut the catwalk, and we've seen him have to sleep with the fishes. That was sad. But we've never seen him, living in a coffin and turning into a bat. So I think, caller from Scranton, I don't need to bring in the verified team to tell me that Jim Coles is not, in fact, Dracula. But just to be safe, I might want to borrow just a little bit of garlic. You too can call Talkback at 1-800-228-WNEP, and maybe next week we'll give you a little feedback.
Good thing I happen to have some garlic here. All right, it's like the bookmobile